It's Kasim with Solutions 8 here with your daily Google News. And today I want to talk to you about why you should be using Shopify if you're running an e-commerce business. Now, first of all, I just want y'all to know I ain't got a dog in this fight. I don't own stock in Shopify. I'm not a referral partner. We might be Shopify partners because I filled out a form on their website one time because I wanted to use that little Shopify partner tag when we ran our 3X Shopify challenge. But the reason I love Shopify so much is because it has the most amazing Google Ads integration. Which helps build a smart shopping campaign basically with the push of a button. And then its reporting is phenomenal. And its conversion tracking is phenomenal. It's unparalleled, literally, in the market. So just a couple of things for you to think about. If you're not on Shopify, you're trying to consider the CMS that you want to use, I think Shopify is the gold standard for a bunch of reasons, but really they won the same game that WordPress won. I don't know if y'all remember back in the day. You're probably too young. But back in my day, there were multiple content management systems that people were using for web builds. Joomla, Drupal, Plone, WordPress. And WordPress was crap. WordPress was a blogging platform. I hated WordPress. I tried to talk everybody out of WordPress. I loved Joomla because Joomla was foundationally far more robust. It was actually a website builder. Like, it was a better CMS. It was a better tool. But WordPress was a little bit easier to use. And so it won the game of social integration. And as soon as it won the game of social integration, and the critical mass kind of tipped in its favor, all the integration capabilities went to WordPress. So everybody with every software application, every SaaS product, every app, everything that had something to offer in terms of like widgets, plugins, integrations, coded for WordPress first. Now you could make it work on Joomla, but it was always a workaround and it was always a pain in the hindquarters. And after a while, it was quixotic to stay with Joomla, and we ended up going to WordPress, kicking and streaming. I still hate WordPress. Shopify won that game. So even if you don't like Shopify, everybody who has anything that you're ever going to want to use from a third-party integration standpoint is going to make it integrate with Shopify first, because Shopify won the game of social integration. So from an integration standpoint, Shopify is going to be stronger. Shopify is going to have more themes available to it and for it because of that reason. A lot of them are free, and the free ones are awesome. And the paid themes, you're actually going to be able to get better themes for cheaper because there's an economy of scale for the theme designers inside of Shopify. Because Shopify has the funding that it has, it's able to invest in additional functionality. You don't risk it going by the wayside like all the poor clients that I put on Joomla back in the day because I'm an idiot. They're now basically trying to keep antiquated technology up to date. And I'm sure most of them have migrated away, I have to imagine. But Shopify has been... It's established itself as the gold standard because because it's reached critical mass. So now, speaking specifically to Google Ads, the Google Ads integration with Shopify is awesome. Put that on a shelf for a minute. Let's say that we don't even use that. Shopify's conversion tracking is heads and shoulders better than anything that I've seen. It doesn't have as many faux conversions. It doesn't have as many drop conversions. Session ID stays intact better. Has a better integration with Google Ads tracking, Google Analytics, Wicked Reports. A lot of the third-party tracking. Its own in-app tracking is actually pretty damn good. It has really cool financial reporting. So we're always harping on merchants knowing their numbers. You have to know interestingly, now that I'm saying that, it doesn't directly report LTV in every instance, depending on how it is that you have it structured, but it makes it easier for you to get access to your data than a lot of e-commerce tools. So, and it has some 70% of the average abandoned cart rate is 70%. Shopify has in-app abandoned cart redemption tools and additional tools that you can layer on top of it to help buttress that redemption attempt. There's so many reasons to use Shopify. There are very few reasons not to use Shopify. You're just like, it's cheap too. It's like wildly inexpensive. You can outgrow Shopify. So if you've got a massive amount of SKUs and you're like, I need it to do the thing, or you're building a marketplace and you need higher degrees of capabilities or user management or whatever, totally understand. Shopify can be slow, like super, super, super slow. I know of a vendor I just had a soft introduction from somebody that's charging $15,000 a pop and getting it to speed up Shopify sites. Like, that's how desperate people are to get Shopify fast. So Shopify site speed needs to be improved. There's a lot that you can do there, though. It's not an insurmountable problem. You just have to find the right person. So, you might say like, hey, I've outgrown Shopify. I totally get it. Other than that, if you're trying to like, oh, WooCommerce or Shopify, don't be stupid. go just do the damn thing and sign up for Shopify, because you're going to miss out on so many opportunities and capability. I get the whole thing behind open source. From a philosophical perspective, I love open source technology. I'd love to support open source technology. Man, you don't put your whole business on it, though. And what I mean by that is, you don't want to. You're putting your entire business at the mercy of an ideal that is already lost in this context. So anyway, like I said, I'm not an affiliate. I don't have an affiliate link for you, but if you're trying to figure out which content management system to use for your e-commerce business, hit me in the comments if there's a reason not to use Shopify that I haven't thought of. I mean, most of you are smarter than I am, so I'm sure there's some stuff that I'm not thinking of, but I'm just giving you based on everything that I've seen in my 15 some odd years of doing this. That's the story. I'm sticking to it. I shoot a video every day. Like, comment, subscribe. Appreciate y'all. Bye. Thank you so much for watching. If you enjoyed the video, please give us a thumbs up. That lets YouTube know we actually know what we're doing. We shoot a video every single day, so if you want to be notified, hit that subscribe button. And if you have any input, don't hesitate to hit us up in the comments. We'd love to hear from you. We get very little human interaction. Thanks for supporting our channel, and hopefully I'll see you tomorrow.